Yeah, hello everybody, welcome to the stream today. Forgot to. I always forget something. Forgot to advertise the stream on the Discord. Yeah, but today we're gonna continue our journey through Path of Exile 2. There is something I wanted to talk about, and I know a lot. It's like a hot button issue in PoE 2 at the moment. So I want to talk about it, but I'm gonna address it unless one of you guys bring it up, I suppose. But I'm gonna I kind of want to address it. Second, I kind of want to address it after we finish up Act 1 here, because I'm sensing we're coming to the end of Act 1 pretty succinctly. At least I hope so. Sorry. Make sure I got everything all set. We should be good to go. Okay, goody goody. Alright, so did I do everything right here I wanted to do? I think so. I guess I could upgrade Unearth. Yeah, why not? We'll do that. I haven't even used the ability in a while, but it's good to make sure it's at least ready to go when I need it. Alright. Go down here. Alright, waypoint. Bring me. Asha, hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing well this fine morning. But it's morning for me. I don't know if it's like late at night or early or later in the day for you, but are we doing well? That's the men of ramparts. Man, get shit back on here. Yeah, but the thing I want to talk about after we finish up Act 1 here is there's been a lot of complaints about PoE's 2 early access being too difficult, and like I've looked at the complaints to see if there's just something I'm missing. Some of the points, granted, I'm still in Act 1, so you know we're gonna finish Act 1 here. And then I'm going to talk about it a little bit, just from my own experience thus far. There are quite a few people who are further ahead of the game than me, but I'm still going to speak to, like, what, my almost 10, 11 hours in the game so far.
Fire!
But, TLDR, before we get to that, I don't agree. I agree it's hard. I don't agree it's too hard. There's a distinction there.
By decree of the Count of Ogum, all men must work a third shift and continue excavating until further notice. Any man caught resting will meet the executioner's axe, or the gallows noose.
What a dick.
Desert fire!
Okay, that's cool. That gargoyle demon, that's cool. Again, like, we're still in Act 1, and every, like, area we've gone to has had unique, really creatively designed enemies. It's just it's fantastic. I've seen very, very few duplicated enemies. Or a slight color variation of enemies from a prior area. It's awesome. Oh, look at that shit. Oh yeah, I should be a bit upfront about this. I'm a little sick. You know, just my luck, I got sick right before the PoE weekend kicked off. But so hopefully you guys don't hear it too much. I will be coughing here and there, of course, and I apologize. Really, the only effect, whatever I'm sick with, has had an effect on is my voice, because I can't hit higher octaves. Like I can go, like that. If I try and, my singing career is screwed, but at the very least, I can still stream. I can still talk and keep playing some PoE. Yeah, I got pinned. Oh yeah, that's one of the complaints that people have. And despite having been pinned, I definitely, again, I still don't agree. It's too hard. Is it hard? Yes. Too hard? No. I feel like a lot of people are too used to power fantasies or overt power fantasies in games. Yeah, sure. New players will complain about difficulty, but veteran will complain about loot and campaign, which is justified in my opinion. I don't necessarily agree on the point of loot. I need to get further in the game before I can touch on that one, because early on in Act 1, for Act 1 that I played thus far, I think the amount of loot, or lack thereof actually, is fair. Like, all the 90% of the loot that drops is common, very, very few is magical, and I think that's fair for Act 1. Like, the only thing about Act 1's loot I would address, maybe, is some of the bosses. Some of the bosses I think should drop more than just a magical, maybe have a higher % chance of them rolling a rare item. But outside of that, it's been completely fair. Like, loot should, like, I think, again, this is a thing. I think people are too used to the games being overly generous. Like, I'm again, when I think of like comparisons, I'm not just comparing PoE 2 to its predecessor. I'm also comparing it to, you know, I'm comparing it to things like Diablo 2 from back in the day, Diablo 1. I'm comparing it to some of the oldest isometric RPGs I played from back in the day. And when I think back to those ones and I think about the loot drops, they were rare. Like, and most of the stuff they dropped was trash. In like the whole first act of Diablo 2. Like, I got like next to no good items back playing Diablo 2 back in the day. In the earlier parts of the game. The only time you got semi-decent shit is when it dropped from bosses. Also, when I think of like my power and my ability, like in the challenge of the game, like when I think back to older games, say older ARPGs, excuse me, they match this tone of difficulty. Like, you can't just waltz into every zone and kill everything. You should be on edge against every mob. Pulling too many at once should be a stressful situation. Like, one of my problems with most ARPGs, kind of part of that also being, so it's better balance of gains versus progress than others right now. I think so. So far, Act 1, I'd say I think it's a good balance. The only thing I would tweak from Act 1 so far is the bosses drop not necessarily too few items, because I think dropping 4 or 5 items is fine from a boss. Because you're lucky if mobs drop 1 or 2 at all. So, and I like that. I like the challenge being in the difficulty of the fight and in the difficulty of what the drops are. Like, I just don't agree on the basis. I've seen a lot of complaints coming in where people are acting like, oh, the game's completely insurmountable. It's completely difficult. Like, there's no way to surmount it. There's no way to handle these situations. The game just throws a completely impossible challenge at you from the get-go. I don't agree. Like, first of all, when it comes to dying in this game, and most ARPGs, well, I say that, depends on the mode and certain ones, but in most ARPGs, death doesn't really have the same weight as some other games. Like, people have made a comparison to Dark Souls, and so have I, but to be honest, it's nowhere near as punishing as Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Like, some people have said, oh, I'm a fan of Elden Ring and Dark Souls. I love the difficulty in those games. But this is so much worse. Dude, you die in PoE 2, there's no consequence. There's no price paid. Like, at all. Like, you die, what happens? You revive a checkpoint. Now, if you want to complain there's not enough checkpoints, I think there's more of a conversation to be had. There's certainly like only like 1 or 2 here or there, where there should maybe be 3 or 4. But the complaint that it's or the idea that it's comparable to Dark Souls in terms of punishment for death, no. And I think too many people are just angry and frustrated because they're so used to associating death in a game with something far more punishing or far more severe. Here, yeah, you die more often, but what's the consequence? There isn't one. You have to start over at the checkpoint and go back. If anything, it's just an excuse to grind more XP on your way back to the objective. So, on that alone, the difficulty complaint is bullshit. Sorry. I'm getting hundreds, sugar. Not yet. When you pass level 50, you will lose XP upon dead. Okay, well, yeah, that's post level 50. And hopefully by level 50, you would start maximizing your skills for survivability. At least I would hope. Not sure if this game changed that. Well, I don't know, to be fair. This is all... Everything I'm saying right now is in light of... I'm just about to finish Act 1. You know, I just got to get to the boss in this section, I believe. And then, yeah, like the Mad Wolf of Olgum. I believe this is the end of Act 1. And from, obviously, like... My opinion on these complaints may change if in later acts, but as of Act 1, I can't think of these complaint, the difficulty one for sure, I think is completely unfair. I think a lot of people are not willing to acknowledge that they need to get better at the game. They're blaming their lack of skill and adaptability on the game. So I agree with your prior point, Archer, that new players will complain about difficulty. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think some PoE 1 vets are also complaining about that, to be fair. But I think those are people who were used to just playing on standard, and they were used to like looking up guides and having everything kind of like having their hand held through. I would say PoE 1 still has difficulty in it, but yeah, comparatively this is way harder. But again, the core difference of the complaint versus the truth is the complaint people are saying is it's too hard. The truth is it's hard. It's not too hard. Like I've made it all the way to this point, and at no point in Act 1 up till now have I thought this is a completely impossible challenge. This is completely unfair. This is overtuned as all hell. I've never thought that once. Every boss I've come across, you guys, for those who've been watching the streams, you've seen it. I died a couple times. I went, okay, this is the boss's rotation. This is the type of attacks they hit. This is the things I need to prepare myself for. All right, let me try again. And it might take me 2, 3, tops 4 tries, and then I'll get it. That's the mentality these people who are complaining about difficulty need to have. They can't be having this complaint of, hey, the game's hard, and and my inability to progress is on the game. It's on the developers. It's their fault. It's not on me to get better. It's on the game to make it easier for me so I can walk right through it. And I think that's a symptom of modern gaming. I think too many games try and cater to power fantasy and not enough to challenge. But as for the loot drop complaints, in Act 1, I haven't felt it. I don't think it's been unfair. Like, in Act 1, and in the earlier parts of the game, you shouldn't get really good items dropping all the time. And even with that being said, I am wearing several rare items, so I don't know. As of Act 1, I don't think the loot pools have been unfair. Not unfair, just not unbalanced. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's just my neck. Oops. The one key thing I just really don't want the devs to listen to with these complaints people are having is the difficulty one. Well, and again, maybe there's something later in the game that what are people like? Maybe there's this wall of difficulty I've yet to experience that truly is insurmountable. That is just a completely like, you were here and now you're way the fuck over here. That hasn't happened to me at all yet, but if that happens, I might change. I'll be like, okay, this fight or this section needs to be addressed. But all of Act 1 has been very well balanced in terms of difficulty. The loot pools have been reasonable for what the area has to offer. If I had to adjust anything in terms of loot, it would just be the bosses maybe having a higher chance. Because I've killed some bosses like more than once. Well, to be fair, those weren't really bosses. The ones I'm thinking of immediately were elites, really. Like the big bell tower thing that I fought in the hunting wilds, or the hunting fields. I fought that guy twice, and both times he dropped a couple common items, and the second time I killed him, he dropped one rare item. So there is still a chance of dropping a rare item. It's still there. It's not like there's no chance of it, even on bosses.
Fall before me.
Are you grimdarkened, son? I very much am. I'm having little cherub babies run at me and blow up in pools of blood that try and kill me. It's a great time. But for the sake of argument as well, though, I will say this: if we get to like the end of Act 2, right, and like when you're fighting bosses, rare items are still as if they still are showing up at the same frequency as they have thus far, then maybe I could see where the loot complaint is a little bit. Because, yeah, as you progress through the game, you should get a higher likelihood of rare items dropping. Again, I'm fine with the rate they're at so far for Act 1, for all the bosses we fought. And in Act 2, I do expect the chance of them to go up. I don't expect it to be like, oh, I get like 1 or 2 on a very rare occasion fighting a boss in Act 1. In Act 2, I should get it like every mob. No, in Act 2, I'm thinking like every boss in Act 2 should have a guarantee of maybe 1 rare item dropping, whereas it seems like it's like a 25 to 50% drop rate for rare items in bosses. Obviously, I'm guessing. I don't actually know the drop rate percentages, but that's the feel of it in Act 1 is a 50 to 25% chance they'll drop a single rare item. In Act 2, I'd like it to be feel like it's 50 to 75%. And in Act 3, it'd be cool if you're guaranteed to get at least 1 to 2 rare items in Act 3 for a boss. As for mobs, I think like magic items should be more common in Act 2. But I don't think rare items should be a common sight for that. I think they should be in the percentage pools, but I don't know. My expectations, I like challenging games that require you to really work at them and really strategize and work around the systems. That's the mentality I went into PoE 2 with. So maybe that's why a lot of people are getting mad, is they went in with the mentality that this is going to be like Diablo 3 or Diablo 4 or even Path of Exile 1 with the drop rates and to be fair, the PoE 1 thing, I do think a level of expecting a sequel to be similar systems-wise to the first game, I think that is fair. But at the same time, it's not like if you paid attention to the marketing for PoE 2, they made it extremely clear that they were going for a more hardcore experience. They were going for a more difficult experience. I can't think of a single time that they said, "Oh, we're keeping the difficulty exactly as we did in PoE 1." So it's again on the difficulty point. I think people are just being a bit unreasonable. And one thing I just passionately want grinding gear games not to do is make the same damn mistake every MMO I've ever played ever has made. Make the game easy. Like it happened to SWTOR. When SWTOR came out, fighting mobs, you could not, like when you started out on Korriban as an acolyte, you could not pull 2 to 3 mobs without dying. Like those worms, those worms you start out fighting in that game, you could not pull 2 or 3 of them without dying. That was a death sentence. Now you can pull 12 of them at level 2, and you will kill all of them barely lose half your health. Because people complained, it's too hard. I can't beat these guys. This game should be easier. This shouldn't just cater to hardcore players. World of Warcraft. People complained for years between vanilla all the way through Wrath. Oh, this leveling's too hard. The mobs are too hard. The dungeons are too hard. Mythic Plus is too hard. Like, players complain about raids being too hard, that they had such a difficulty ceiling. And then what happened after Kata? Leveling became a fucking joke. Hogger, who used to be the bane of so many new players, was such a legendary fight. What kind of fights do we have like that in the open world after Cataclysm? Nothing. So many MMOs do this cycle, where they start out with an actual challenge for their players, difficulty for their players. The game actually wants you to pay attention to it and, like, commit yourself to it, to learning it, and to overcoming the roadblocks. And I don't know what happened, but so many developers feel the need to be like, oh, a sect of our players aren't able to overcome this challenge. Let's just make it easier for them. Rather than, like, say, okay, players, why don't you guys take some more time before taking on these certain challenges? Maybe grind some more extra mobs, you know? Leave the zone, reset, go back in the zone, kill mobs again, and level up. If you're having a problem, try and pay attention to the boss rotations. You know, like, just acquiescing to the players who are clearly not going to be committed enough to stick around for the game in the long run anyway. Because these challenges are so very minor. Like, there's no punishment for dying in PoE. There isn't. Like, you start at the checkpoint. Oh no. Go right back in and attempt the boss. Every boss I've come up against so far in this game has had a checkpoint right outside the boss room. So if you die to it, you can immediately take it on again. And again, you don't lose any items, you don't lose any currency, you don't lose any XP. There's no punishment for death. So I don't know. I just really don't want them to nerf this game to hell and back so it's a cakewalk. I'd say I felt like it was too when it started, but they ruined it with other things. Yeah, it's just a trend that happens so much in MMOs and MMORPGs, ARPGs. They start out with an actual decent challenge that demanded you pay attention, that demanded you learn the systems and get better. And because people complain because they suck, like that's the truth of it. It's not because the game's too hard. It's because you suck and you don't want to get better. And then you ruin the game for people like me who actually like a challenge, who actually like having to strategize, who like actively having to think about your build before you make it, rather than just throwing shit at the wall. Also, gear being a thing and making the differences. Sorry, I'm just checking where I'm supposed to be going. Well, hello.
Desert fire.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. So another thing people have been complaining about in this game, in terms of specifics, outside of the difficulty. I'll listen to that count decree in a second. Oh wait, is this the gal? Yeah, this is the gallows we started the game with. But people have been complaining with the dodge roll that you can't phase through objects or phase through mobs. I hope to God the devs don't add that. Because if you were getting mobbed into corners and you can't get out and you get stuck and die, that's again a you mistake. That's happened to me. Don't get me wrong. That's not. I'm not saying that as someone that hasn't happened to. It's happened to me numerous times. You know what the trend is each and every one of those times? I was stupid. It's not the game's fault. I was stupid and let myself get cornered, and I died as a consequence. Actions should have consequences.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, effective immediately, all crimes are now punishable by hanging until death. Hanged criminals will have their bodies thrown into the pit.
What a nice man. Yeah, like when the game just well now, here's the thing. When the game unfairly hits you with stuff you can't avoid, obviously the complaint about the difficulty is fair, right? I do want to give that caveat. So like for example, there was what was the name of that game? There was a mechanic in a game I played a couple years ago. I'm trying to remember the name of the game. It was an RPG. Fuck. There was a mechanic where if you used too much of an ability, you could actually take damage from the ability. Now that system can work if they give you all the information you need to be able to adapt to it and know, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I use it a 5th time, it'll attack me or hurt me. But the game in question did it at random intervals, so it wasn't a consistent, like, oh, I used it like 4 or 5 times. It had a RNG chance of happening. So systems like that, where there's no way for the player to predict or no way for the player to adapt and function with the system, yeah, like stuff like that, that's perfectly valid to complain about in terms of difficulty. Like, also random insurmountable challenges that you cannot adapt to. That's perfectly fair. But for what I've experienced in PoE 2, that's just not the case so far in the game. Like, getting stuck in the corner, almost every zone I've been in has had wide open spaces. And even when you go in, like, the tombs that I went in earlier, the mobs and stuff in those tombs, you can easily keep your distance from them. Now, granted, I'm playing a ranged class, so I'd imagine a melee class is probably having more difficulty with getting, like, mobbed, but at the same time, I'd have to play more of a melee class to tell. I will say, if the melee classes... I mean, ideally, the melee classes would be a little tankier. I know that in a game mechanic in this is that if you have a shield, it will block everything. Hey, Yaska, how you doing? So if you have a shield, it will block everything. In terms of damage, you just have a stagger meter. That's what this is right here. So if your stagger's built up and they hit you enough times with the shields up, you will get staggered and they'll be able to shred you to pieces. So that's another way to mitigate damage when you get mobbed. Of course, I would need to actually play more of a melee class to know how bad that feels. Perhaps that's what people are talking about when they talk about like the mob thing. But again, there are ways to keep your distance and keep your range. That's morbid. That's kind of fun. Working on reports at work. Oh, okay, nice. Well, I hope they're positive reports. Period 2 is stupendously good, in my opinion, in Act 2 as Monk. Alright, so okay, cool, awesome. So it's not just me talking here. Yeah, and I think it's fantastic. Like, you know, I know you're only just jumping in here, Yaska, but the whole like first half of the first part of this stream, I've just been ranting about, because I'm assuming you've heard about it too or seen it too. So many people have been complaining about the difficulty curve in this game. Do you agree with me that it's not anywhere near as bad as they're acting like? Because honestly, I think it's... Honestly, I think it's just an example of players having been coddled so long. Yeah, I love the... Yeah, exactly. And in the earlier section of the game, I don't know if it changes in Act 2. Don't tell me, I'll find out. But there's no consequence to dying. You like to play on hardest difficulty? I mean, I do too in a lot of games. No, normally when I play a game for the first time, I play on a medium to low difficulty just to get used to it, and then I work my way up to higher difficulties normally. But I like challenges. I mean, that's why I like the Soul series. You are very weak to fire. I keep picking up a ton of support gems.
You will burn.
Hey, the YouTube ads keeps going up. Really? The ad rate that was set on this stream, I set it to every 18 minutes. Is that too often? Yeah, every 18 minutes. I'll set it to every 24 minutes. See if that's better. Final boss of Act 1 is juicy? Yeah. Damn it, now I need to do another Dark Souls marathon. Thanks, Lasma. You're welcome. Yeah, I'll set it to every 24 minutes. See if that's better. One thing that, excuse me, one thing that always intrigued me about PoE was the skill system, reminding me of that sphere grid from FF10. I will say in PoE 2 it's a little different in how it works. I'm still weighing back and forth in my mind if I prefer PoE 1's gear. I will say, so far, I prefer PoE 2's gear system, I'd say. Forgot to put that there. Yeah, because for those who don't know, in PoE 1, when it came to like your abilities, I don't know why I did air quotes that. When it came to applying your abilities, you had to you put gem slots in your gear slots, and you'd have like red, green, and blue for different types. Now, now it's different. Now, your gem slots for your abilities are completely separate from your gear. Which, in theory and so far in practice, I prefer, and is better. Because this way, you can have... you don't have to pick between an awesome gear set that really works with your class, and what gem slots you need for your class to work with its abilities. So I do kind of prefer this change. Died 10 plus times, then later, when halfway through Act 1, I helped a friend clear it, and we got it in the first attempt. Ooh, okay, oh, this is gonna be a hard boss then. Well, I figured it was gonna be difficult, but 10 times? Damn.
You will burn! Victory is mine!
Oh, I meant Act 2. Okay. He's very punishing on melee. Alright, well, hopefully I have a bit of an advantage at ranged. I don't know how that's going to work out. I might actually have less of an advantage. I don't know. So, you've been playing a melee class. I've been curious. How does that feel survivability-wise, would you say, Yasuka? Die easily. Okay, that might be a problem. Because ideally with a melee class, you should have a bit more of an armor or something to help you with your survivability. That way it balances out. I mean, again, ideally. Can you custom create your character, or is it set character like a PoE one? It's a set character. You can customize their armor, gear, and level, but you can't create a custom character. Which, I don't mind. It's a top-down ARPG, and in terms of games go, this is probably one of the types of games I mind the least of whether I can create my own character or not. I mean, it would be a nice thing to add, but not having it is nowhere near a big deal. And kind of like our conversation about Darktide versus Vermintide 2, without spoiling anything from Voxword Podcast, but kind of like our conversation with that, the preset characters in this have a preset, lore to them as well. So that also gets referenced in not only their dialogue throughout the game, but also how the world reacts to them. So the trade-off, just like with Vermintide 2 and not having custom characters, is you get to play a character that actually has more of a reference in the world. Being gender lock is a classic element of JRPG. Yeah. And in a lot of ARPGs, especially like we look back in Diablo 2, right? A lot of the gender locks in that also had lore explanations, like, okay, women were typically mages, and the few male mages tended to be flamboyant, shall we say. Like, if I recall correctly, that was in the early lore of Diablo. So that's why, like, the mage was a woman, because mages were women. There was a lore and like story reason for it, on top of it just being like a traditional thing that the genre has done gameplay wise. You can give your character a custom name. They don't have a preset name. For example, my character is Asmogan. And I tried to make a warrior last night just to play when I'm ready. And I tried to name him Asmogan, but some fucker stole my name. Assholes. Oh, I bet they do. I know there's several classes that aren't available yet. I can't remember if they said they won't. The classes that they haven't added, if those won't be added until after early access or later in early access. I can't remember. But hopefully, by the time they add those in, maybe melee. Either like the secret sauce to melee will be figured out, or if that is one of the areas they do need to do a little bit of buffing, as opposed to nerfing, mind you, but maybe a bit more buff in the armor department if survivability is really bad for melee.
I have no space for that.
There will be third subclasses for every class. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. So another ascendancy. I thought it was actually other classes they were adding. This place is huge. Oof.
Oil of the Mareke.
Just keep moving and dodging. That's been the key to ranged as well. Keep moving, keep dodging, keep moving, keep dodging. Location, location, location. the key to sorry, I read that. I've been trying to find on-hit lifesteal on items, but it has evaded me so far. Found one item with on-hit mana drain. Yeah. I wish you luck in your search for on-hit kills. Actually, do I? Oh. I have life regen. Couldn't remember if I had anything that. Yeah, I gain 3 mana per enemy kill. I do have that with my staff. Speaking of, I do need to find a bit of staff. Oh yeah, for a build, Yaska, I'm going for a lightning build. So I'm hyper focusing it. I have some fire attacks, as you can see, but I'm hoping later in the game I'll have a pure lightning build.
I'm carrying enough already.
Doing that. Got any unique stuff you want to build around? Oh, nice. Lightning Invoker Monk. Hey, Lightning Bros! We'll call down the thunder.
Oi.
Oi.
Anything take your fancy? Might
Nope,
make
but I got
good
things that
fun.
might take your fancy.
Stick to the cards.
It is good to see you. Finn makes fun of my collection, but I think it's charming.
Owner's house. You've caught me in a moment of sappiness, hero. My apologies. None of it's junk. Trust me.
I've yet to get an amulet. 4,000? Damn, you cheap. No, not cheap. You expensive bastard. I don't know. Do I roll the dice? Oh, see you later, Yaska. Thank you for stopping by, man. And I am very much enjoying the game. Thank you. And I'm glad you are too. Hopefully they don't nerf it to hell and back. I never understand the cost rarity stat ratios in any of these games. Mechanically, off the top of my head, I don't think I fully understand it either, but I'm not sure. Oh, because of vendors. I don't like rolling the dice on that one.
Oi. Here's what I got.
Do you happen to have... Excuse me. Well, one can hope. got to be coming up on the Mad Wolf.
Soldiers of Ogham, the outside threat grows ever stronger. Whispers of betrayal echo within my very halls. We can no longer tolerate any risk. Use lethal force against those you suspect of foul play. Speak carefully with your men. Ensure they are who they claim. Hang any suspects. Seek out resistance within the village and raze their homes to the ground. We must send a clear message. Leave no stone unturned.
He's losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits. Alright, Ogham Manor. Time to lay siege. Sorry, I just thought I heard something behind me, so I was like, oh. Oh, of course, the manor looks great.
This mad wolf. May he howl like a ravaged death rat. Desert fire!
Oh, shit. One of those corner moments. Oh, those things are fucking sick. The enemy design is so sexy. In a gory, horrifying way. Oh, if they were to sell miniatures. Damn. They'd make a killing off me. I'm not gonna lie, that they'd make a killing off me. I would love to collect these things. I don't even care if they make like a war game out of it. Just like literally just collectibles you can paint. Ah, God, I spend so much time on that shit.
Fall before me.
Gets into corner, panic. Gets out of said corner, almost rolls back into the corner again. That's habit. I will say this, I tried the WASD keys last night when I created a warrior character. I didn't get very far with them, so I didn't get to experience too much. But I will say I hated it. Like, so it just felt wrong because he looks wherever your mouse is, as you have like WASD rhyme. And when it comes to the dodging, obviously he's going to like dodge this way, dodge this way, dodge this way, or dodge this way. But basically, as you move throughout the world, you're always moving. Like, I will say it probably does feel better on controller for movement for that. So if you're someone who's thinking of trying the WASD keys, I mean, obviously there are going to be some people that system feels great for. Not taking anything away from them, but I would say if you're like me and you're really used to, moving around in ARPGs by clicking. the WASD movement, if you're gonna go so far as to try that out or stick to it, maybe just try controller instead. Because I think it'll be... Because WASD just feels like a weird in-between between clicking and controller. That it just feels awkward. I still prefer clicking, so I'll stick with that. And this has been a thing This has been how I play RPGs for the last... I don't know. How long has it been? About 20 years? I was 6 or 7 when I played World of... I was playing World of Warcraft at 6, I know that. I played Warcraft 3 with my dad, helping me when I was 5. I'm trying to remember when I first played Diablo 2. I think I was 11 or 12. So if I was 11, it's been 14 years. I was 12. Be 15. Sorry, I was 12. It would be 13 years. Either way, well over a decade of playing ARPGs. Never... I don't like playing them on controller. Just feels wrong. And WASD feels wrong. Even with the dodging mechanic, I'd rather suffer through with like having to click to dodge than try and do it on controller. It just... I'm not saying it is wrong for everybody. For me, it is wrong. Blood pools are nasty. Ah, shit. So close. I'll get you in a second, bitch. Oh, damn, there's one. Boom. Didn't quite work out for me. Is anybody alive?
Fire, creature!
Fuck off! Yep. He always has the potential to partner with Joy Toy because Grenadier Games are 100% Tencent owned. Really? They're owned by Tencent? The least Tencent feeling Tencent game. Level up. Boom. Yeah, I mean, I don't collect Joy Toys, but I got a lot of friends who do, so yeah, and that'd be cool to see them do a crossover. I wonder which characters would end up getting like would getting figures though. I like to bring electrifying experiences to the screen.
Fall before me!
This feels very Dracula. And I guess that is... I guess that's... if I had to guess what the inspiration for Count Ogum is, it is like the real-life Count Dracula. Because a lot of the same story beats seem to be replicated in this guy's like fall to insanity. Plus all the vampire references.
a rare treasure.
Hmm? Okay, not bad. I think I found the thing from beginning of the opening cinematic. Wait, are we already going to face it?
Yes, another one. He's under there.
There he is. Just a man. Nothing more.
I have a feeling that that's not that analysis, if you will, is not going to hold up. The beast. Yeah. Boss fight? Yeah. You getting that vibe?
First ones, hear our laments. Sanity recedes ever further into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits, poised to strike. Nowhere is safe.
What foul energy gives life to you?
Okay. That's a cool fucking boss already, just design-wise. first try.
Go now, defiler of flame.
I figure that's definitely not the final boss, but still. First try on the attempt though. Whew. It's a quest item. Do I hold on to that? I don't know. Is that a permanent augmentation? Grants 20 plus 20 to maximum life. Doing that. Keep doing that. Alright, here's one cannon just so I can clear out a little bit of my inventory.
How's the clearing? What would you like? Deal. This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Ezomite generation. The clans didn't always get along, but we had to settle our feuds when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us. We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone. Go well.
Alright, let's do this. We fought the boss before the final boss. I'm assuming there's more to this. That is my guess. Hoping that is a permanent buff. Damn freaking blood pools. You won't get messy easily. We found the way down. Alright, here we go.
Vile creature!
Okay, there we go. Fuck! Damn it. Hey, Beamy Donut. Want to stream? Calling Warhammer 40k, specifically Space Marines, as fan base. You're referencing Adam something? Yeah. Well, that's how you know someone doesn't know anything about 40k. Right there. Like that. You ever need a litmus test? There you go. Yeah. Adam something's a retard. I mean, it's amazing he made a video that wrong. Like, I still marvel at that to this day. Like, normally those types can at least get one detail correct, but I can't think of a single thing he got right. Like, in terms of any of his grand points, not a single thing. It was impressive. It was so wrong and stupidly convoluted that he insulted multiple franchises. Yeah, he got a lot of Starship Troopers wrong, and I'm a casual Starship Troopers fan. Like now I'm a 40. My channel is mostly 40k focused, and gaming in general, of course. But the only regret I have about my video is I didn't hit on his Starship Troopers stuff a bit more, but I wasn't too confident about it. My knowledge base of Starship Troopers is a lot more limited than my knowledge of 40k. 40k, I've been a hardcore fan of 40k for the last 11 years of my life. So, I am very confident in my knowledge base on that front. So that's what I focused on my video of his teardown. But yeah, it's impressive how much he fucked up coverage of two franchises. Oh, the guy was an absolute moron. But good news is that situation's pretty much done with. Because he already retreated to his community page where he basically went, "Nuh-uh, everyone who disagrees with me is wrong." And didn't address a single direct point actually made, and made a baseless jab at Arch to top it off, so. That's a sign you lose immediately.
You can rest when you're dead. Keep digging!
What are you digging for, you psycho? All damage chills, periodically lightning explosions. Essence of haste. Fuck! Fuck! Shit! I didn't know they'd pin me immediately. That was fucked. Ah, great. Now I have to go all the way back there.
You can rest when you're dead. Keep digging!
Die, scum!
Ah. Is at that moment I knew I fucked up. Aw, looks like I lost the bonus. Oh well. You think you know what he's planning to do? Okay. You think you know or you know? Alright, cool.
I sense Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true.
Is your companion a kiwi bird? Yes, it is.
An eternal descendant.
He runs away whenever I get into a fight.
At that moment when our eyes locked, we both knew. She clung to her children like I would end them then and there. She is of no risk now, but how many others must I fear? Is my blood truly impure? Oriana assures me we can right some of the wrongs of the past. She promises a way forward for Ogham. A way forward for the clans and the clanless alike. And a way forward for me. We must continue with our task.
This guy really is a psycho. Kiwi bird situation is insane. I mean, yeah. I got it with one of the packs for the early access. These, yeah, fit here. I think I have 2 of them too. I also got this creepy owl looking thing. Hey, there he is. He carries a bell. Come with me, my children. They will both run away the moment combat begins.
Wall of flame!
Back off! Kinda hoping that would have some better effect, but no.
Yes, more. Don't stop. The beast hungers.
Ew. So every time one of the slaves dies, they immediately feed it. It's kind of reminding me of Goj Vandar from 40k. Our slaves, and they would have a better life in the wilderness full of monsters. The audience shouldn't be animal abusers. That reference to Pokemon? I don't know. People nowadays, I think, like, well, I think it's people have always overthought things for sure. But I think nowadays people are trying to like overanalyze for sure. Oh, okay.
You will burn.
I'm come for you, Organ. I'm to die. Assuming I can even survive this onslaught, I cannot. Damn it, I rolled right into that one. This is not a good sign.
Yes, more.
I know what
Don't
this
stop.
is.
The
And
beast
it is
hungers.
not good.
This is gonna hurt.
Power we need. Kill her, and you shall have everything I promised.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
Alright, so he's being
Easy.
influenced by his wife.
Great Wolf, have you? For the first one. First one's higher. Run, little rabbit.
Ah, shit.
Enough. Ogre is mine. First one's higher. Run, little rabbit. No escape.
He can turn into a wolf? Okay, that's dope.
Yes, more.
I know what
Don't
this is.
stop. The
And
beast
it is
hungers.
not good.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's doing a comparison to real life, and then there's trying to force something to adhere to the rules of real life. I have to fight these guys every time? That's right.
I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
First one's higher. Easy prey.
Am I now?
You'll pay with your life. Easy prey. First dawn's frost. Run, little rabbit. Easy prey. Bend the knee. Easy prey.
Ragnar or Ragnar? I know it's the name of his blade, but I'm curious which is the case. Ow!
Easy prey.
Oh shit.
You'll pay with your life.
You will burn!
That was close.
Ragnar, to me! Run, little rabbit! First one's iron!
Damn.
Yes, more!
I know
Don't
what this
stop!
is,
The
and
beast
it is
hungers!
not good.
I'll remove your head myself!
I think not, Mad Wolf.
Easy prey! First one's iron! You'll pay with your life! Ogum is mine! First one's iron! Run, little rabbit! First dawn's frost! Easy prey! First one's iron!
Fuck!
You'll pay with your life! Ragnar, to me! First one's iron! Run, little rabbit!
You will burn!
Easy prey! Run, little rabbit!
Damn it! Fuck!
Enough! Ragnar, to me, no escape! Rihanna, open the cage! Release the beast! Give
What?
me what you promised!
I think not. I so much more. But too weak to do the job. I'll find someone else. Goodbye.
You
There's a fire!
manipulative whore! How dare you abandon me after all
Shit.
I've given you!
Ah, damn. Fuck. It gets you like 70%. Yeah, the charge, I'm really bad at timing with it, so I gotta work on that.
How can I help? Take a look. That's a good one. If you find a pipe out there, do bring it back.
Never had any love for it. Who knows what prizes await?
Remind you of Titan Quest? Well, Titan Quest is an ARPG. So that is a apt comparison. Titan Quest is a very good one too. Trying to let me see if I get lucky. I mean, I got lucky with the quality.
Guess I can help move that for you.
Do I dare test my luck again? One more time? Okay.
Not bad.
I really wanted to stick with my lightning build, but don't really have much of a choice here. Oh, damn it.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but cheers. See ya.
Damn it. I DC'd. Hey, that's only the second DC in like 12 hours of play. That's pretty good. Especially in these early days where a lot of the server issues. Oh no. Wait, did they take down the servers? I forgot I can't check my browser when I have OBS open. For some reason Chrome blocks my ability to search stuff up when OBS is open. I'm looking it up on my phone because I have to. So just opening up right now. So I'm trying to see. So PoE's Twitter at the very least hasn't reported servers being down. Crypto rug pull. I don't know about that. It didn't hit that hard. It would have hit harder if I was in the middle of one of the boss fight. That would have sucked. At least it did it when I was like just fresh off grabbing an item and stuff. Okay. Hopefully that was just some... No, damn it. Actually, let me try restarting the game. Let me try that. They might be down for maintenance, but I looked on their Twitter, because that's normally they're pretty good at reporting live, like, hey, we're putting down the service because of an issue, or hey, we've got some stuff going on, we'll get back to you. So let me just try logging in again. Nope, failed to connect. I guess servers are down right now. Damn. What? I really wanted to do that boss today. Shit. Well. Come on, let me... There we go. Trying to see. I'm not seeing anything. I'll take my leave first. It's 10 p.m. here. All right, have a good one, man. Thank you for sticking around, Arsha. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not seeing what's going on. No one's reported on the servers being down. And all I'm seeing when I look up Path of Exile 2 server status is a bunch of reports about it on day 1, but nothing right now. Oh, that's encouraging. Alright, there we go. No, it was just some weird server thing. But resolved it pretty quick. Oh, at least now I don't have to fight the
Move your head myself.
trash mobs.
Think not, Mad Wolf.
Easy prey.
Wall of flame.
Run, little rabbit. First one's higher.
Fuck.
Ragnar, to me. Run, little rabbit.
Crap.
Enough. Great wolf, have you?
Oh, that's health reset.
The air grows colder. Ragnar the Impaler. As swift as
Okay, yeah, this is definitely based on Vlad Dracula. A little on the nose.
gifted, branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Ragnar shall slay again. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Solstice of pain. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous, chilling frost. Requiem. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. Desolation. Your pulse quickens. The eternal impure, with bloodlust empowered. Our Exile endured, but soon all were devoured. In unending war, death waited at the door. Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured.
Oh, good to know you're a poet.
Desolation. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. Solstice of pain. Desolation. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Desolation. Requiem on high. I smell your blood.
You will burn!
And I am ravenous. Freezing gale. You are hunted. Fang, tooth, and claw. Tortured under the moon. The pack suffered but endured. And howled now in tune. No tales were told. None new, none old. And their endless hunger grew ever stronger. Solstice of pain. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Desolation. Chilling frost. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. As night falls, winter's chill sought the unworthy through an endless night. They wither.
Hey, Tiamat. Never too certain of long term of this game. It's still a Diablo clone. Nah. Well, depends on what you mean by Diablo clone. But D4 still has a lot of PoE features. Features minus the BS. PoE 2 still has the inventory and in-game issues. The Origin, you mean PoE 1 was done by early Diablo people, but it always missing something, and it's been insane. Fereld? Same Fereld? What's Fereld? As Warframe, currently D4 is just a better PoE minus it's the spreadsheet. I vehemently disagree. D4 is trash, man. I hate that game. Like, D4 is total trash. D4, the only thing good about D4 is they tonally and narratively went back to a more darker story than D3. Other than that, there's nothing about D4 I like. It was total trash. I vehemently don't agree with you. They made D4 is just a huge series of missteps. I was incredibly disappointed with Diablo 4.
This time, I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
First one's ire. Run, little rabbit.
Damn it.
Easy prey.
Wall of flame!
You'll pay with your life.
I'm always hit by that fucking attack.
First one's ire. No escape. You'll pay with your life. First one's ire. Desolation. Requiem on high. I will take out your heart and savor. You are hunted. Fang, tooth, and claw. Tortured under the moon. The pack suffered but endured. And howled now in tune. No tales were told. None new, none old. And their endless hunger grew ever stronger. Requiem high. Freezing gale. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Desolation. Solstice of pain. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. As night falls, winter's chill sought the unworthy through an endless night. They wither and tarry, forsaken frosts, as cold as death, of Bael's misery. The pack won't forget. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Freezing gale, solstice of pain. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous.
Yeah, coming.
Chilling frost. Solstice of pain. Chilling frost. The air grows colder. Agnar the Ruined. Agnar the Impaler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Agnar shall slay again. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Freezing. Your pulse quickens. The eternal impure. With bloodlust empowered. Our Esamir endured. But soon all were devoured. In unending war. Death waited at the door. Then hour by hour, men fell as summer sound.
D4 scratches ARP itch, but has certain issues they do work on. It doesn't. Well, that's just it for me. It doesn't scratch the itch. I was hoping it would, but it made so many fucking missteps. And granted, I haven't played Diablo 4 since, I want to say, a couple weeks after launch of that game. So maybe the seasons have made it better, but they did nothing on launch to make me warrant wanting to go back. It was a sheer disappointment. First of all, the difficulty while leveling is completely arbitrary. The level scaling was bullshit. As a system, it's the most dumb thing I've ever seen. Level scaling, in my opinion, shouldn't be in any RPG, period. It's a terrible system. I absolutely hate level scaling, and it's a lazy way to maintain a consistent challenge for players, other than make every other system balanced and manageable. It's just a terrible leveling system. First impression for a game is important. Fail. Correct. And Diablo 4 completely failed on its first impression. And it did for many people. There are many people like myself who we were hoping for a genuine Diablo experience, and one that was akin to Diablo 2, and abandoned a lot of the missteps of Diablo 3. And what we got was surface level, like the skins and tone of the game matched a darker Diablo from back in the day. But once you get into the systems, the difficulty scaling, everything, it just wasn't a Diablo experience. It wasn't good. It sucked by all accounts. I really hated the class building as well. There was pretty clear-cut 1, 2, 3 options. There wasn't really a lot of room for build craft. Maybe that's changed. I don't really care if it has. Again, it completely failed to hook me. It was very telling that 2 weeks after Diablo 4 launched, the very first thing I did was install Diablo 2, and I played through it on my own time. And after I finished playing through Diablo 2, I didn't have even a remote desire to touch Diablo 4. Like, no part of me wanted to go back and play it. So, Diablo 4 it's just a disappointment. Maybe it's gotten better, but I don't care. I really don't care if it has. Like, that first impression, that week of launch, I was unimpressed. I didn't feel like very many lessons had been learned. They learned an important one, which is the tone of Diablo. Yeah, it needs to be dark. It needs to be grim and imposing. They learned that at least, so credit to them for that. But outside of a narrative lesson, I don't feel like they learned anything systems-wise. And the build craft, again, was very, very shallow. Like, the build craft in PoE, you have so many extensive options, so many builds, so many approaches you can make. Diablo 4, by comparison, you had like 3 routes you could take with each class via its skill tree. And there were pretty clear-cut paths you could take, and it didn't benefit you much to mix and mash them. So, no. I'm sorry. It just... There's nothing about... Tiamat, you are one of very few people who are making the argument that Diablo 4 is even competing with PoE 1, let alone 2. I was very disappointed with it. I mean, I'm glad it scratches your itch. I'm glad that it's enough for you. I really am. Not even much to humor there for me. And let's see if whatever number we're on, 5th or 6th attempt, I think this is. We'll say 6. 6 times the charm.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
Easy prey. Run, little rabbit.
Wall of flame!
Easy prey.
eternally pure, with bloodlust empowered. Our Exile endured, but soon all were devoured in unending war. Death waited at the door. Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. Solstice of pain. I will take out your heart and favor its bite. Freezing gale. Solstice of pain. You are hunted. Fang, tooth, and claw. Tortured under the moon. The pack suffered but endured. And howled now in tune. No tales were told. None new, none old. And their endless hunger grew ever stronger. Solstice of pain.
I got hit 1, 2, 3. Boom. Damn, that sucked. Played early Diablo, skipped 3. Smart. Early Diablo 4 was a mix of D2 tone-wise, correct, but gameplay of D3 with seasons. Relatively. There were and still are hybrid builds of earlier or later classes. They worked on it in seasons. Did they expand the tree substantially? Because again, what it was at launch was you had 1, 2, 3 options for how to build your given class, really. Had to work on it, and the meta balance in D4 has been weird and easier because of the quote-unquote endgame. The scaling was fixed by hybrid classing, is what they're doing with classes. How did that fix scaling? Because scaling itself is a problem. They created a problem that they needed to fix. They shouldn't have had scaling. I still to this day am baffled by the decision to have level scaling out in the world of Diablo 4. It's a bad enough system in games like MMOs and MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, where you can go all the way back to Elwyn Forest now in the game, and every mob will have level. Granted, I think they capped it, so now Elwyn Forest caps out at level 40 or level 30 or whatever. But it's a stupid way to address the problem of players getting too powerful too quickly. Like, PoE 2 is doing it the correct way to address the problem. You don't make everything in the game arbitrarily follow the player in level so they never feel like they're progressing. And no, getting more abilities is not progressing. Like, you want to feel stronger, want to feel more powerful, you should work for it, and you should earn it, and get to that level where you feel like you are you have a power fantasy, but it should be earned. Games that have level scaling, they built the whole system so the player gets power and gets abilities super fucking quickly, and they start overpowering everything around them super early on. So rather than nerf all of that and make XP take more effort, make missions more integral to getting that, make gear more harder to get and more sparse, so they have to work towards it more, or they have to progress to later zones where the odds are more in their favor of getting better gear. Rather than scaling everything back to be a more methodical experience, instead their method of addressing the difficulty problem was, oh, just make the mobs follow the player in level. So it doesn't matter if you go back to the very earliest zones you were leveling in Diablo 4, or if you're in the end game zone. Didn't matter. So unless they've gotten rid of scaling, they haven't addressed the problem. The problem is still there. So, is the level scaling gone in Diablo 4? If your answer is anything but yes, the problem is still there, and it's not worth my time. Point blank. Again, that is one of the most harebrained, stupidest decisions I've ever seen game designers make. It was impressively dumb. I was thoroughly unimpressed by level scaling in Diablo 4. They created a problem. They have to. So there is still level scaling, is the short answer. So, yeah, not worth my time. If I want to play a Diablo game, I'll play Diablo 2. I'll even play 1. 1 I'm not the biggest fan of, but it still has at least a lot of the DNA that was good.
I'll remove your head myself.
I think
Alright,
not,
bring it, asshole.
Mad Wolf.
First one's iron.
Wall of flame.
Run, little rabbit. For the first ones. First one's iron. To me, easy prey. Run, little rabbit. Requiem on high.
I wasn't paying attention to my health. You think challenge scaling is fine? I don't. But certain games do it better for challenges. I hate certain mechanics are just worse in games. If you upscale an encounter to be easy, people quit. Wait, so you upscale yeah, what about if you wait. Oh, I think you meant to have you put the space in the wrong place. If you scale up an encounter to be too easy. Wait, you wouldn't be scaling it up then. You'd be scaling something down. Because if you're scaling it up, you're not making it easier. At least that's the intent of scaling up. The intent of scaling up is to maintain the challenge or the difficulty. Again, arbitrarily and lazily, in my opinion. But that is the point of upscaling and level scaling. But if scale up too much with effects that make stuff bad, you chase off the endgame players. Challenge difficulty basically with carrot and stick.
No noose this time.
Oh, there he goes.
I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
First one's iron. First one's iron.
No escape.
Get a fire!
Ragnar, to me! Easy prey! You'll pay with your life! No escape! I will take out your heart! And savor each bite! Requiem on high.
I dodged right into that attack. And now I'm doing worse. But the one thing they worked on, and what worries me with game like PoE/Diablo is the end game and is worth the time for grind. Do you have fun versus are you playing meta because it's the only path? D4 is simple Y-bird system. No, Y-brid. Oh, did you mean hybrid? Hybrid system of character development form. Idea that they had for classes, but some builds aren't good in-game. Hybrid, okay, you mean hybrid. Well, I haven't got to the end game of PoE 2, so I can't comment about how good the end game is going to be. But I can comment on the actual first impressions, and they're definitely doing a bit better than Diablo 4. Because I didn't even make it to Diablo 4's endgame, admittedly. Well, I did. I made it to it. I finished the campaign, but I felt no need to engage with it longer than a day. So I didn't really engage with it that much. And I know later seasons obviously would add stuff to endgame, but if you fail to hold on to a player at launch, that's still a failing. So hopefully PoE's PoE2's endgame is really good. But first got to get there, which means getting past this asshole. I have no idea what number death I'm at yet. I'm probably over 10 by now.
I'll remove your head myself!
I think not, Mad Wolf.
Easy prey! You'll pay with your life! Enough!
Starting off bad.
You will burn.
Easy prey! Run, little rabbit! Ragnar, to me, easy prey! You'll pay with your life! Chilling frost. Your pulse quickens.
Jumping right into the...
Eternal and pure. With bloodlust empowered. Our Exile endured. But soon all were devoured. In unending war. Death will waited at the door. Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured. Requiem on high. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Chilling frost. Requiem on high. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous, breathing gale. You are hunted. Fang, tooth, and claw. Tortured under the moon. The pack suffered but endured. And howled now in tune. No tales were told. None new, none old. And their endless hunger grew ever stronger. Chilling frost. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Solstice of pain. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Killing frost. Requiem on high. As night falls, winter's chill, sought the unworthy, through an endless night, may wither and tarry, forsaken frosts, as cold as death, of Bael's misery. The pack won't forget. Solstice of pain. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Chilling frost. Solstice of pain. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. Chilling frost.
Desert fire!
The air grows colder. Agnar the Ruined. Agnar the Impaler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Agnar shall slay again. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Chilling frost. I smell your blood, and I
Duh.
Impure,
Of course my pulse quickens.
bloodlust empowered. Our Esamir endured, but soon all were devoured in unending war.
Yeah, I'm getting really close. I'm getting like really fucking close. Ugh. I might do a bit of side grinding for a bit. Cause thing is, I know I can do it right now, but I just want to up my odds. Cause I'm definitely, I wouldn't say I'm under-leveled. I'm the right level for this. I think just doing a little extra grinding for some, you know, for some more XP, boosting my attributes a little bit more. I think I can definitely get him. You, FYI, you might want my friend had to do that. Wait, I might want your friend? What did you, okay, did you mean to say, for your, did you mean to say, you might want to do that, my friend had to do that? Because the way you wrote that, Tim, ideal, it looks like you're telling me I might want your friend, like, to possess them? Had to overgrind. Ah, okay. So, just clarifying, because sentence structure. So, that's fair. Yeah. Debating if I want to take one more crack at it. I don't have much more time before I have to get ready for work. So it's one more try, maybe. I'll try it one more time. Try and get it. If I can't, I'll grind off stream and then come back and try it again.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
I think not, Mad Wolf.
First one's higher.
Wall of flame!
Easy prey. To me! For the first one! Run, little rabbit! Freezing gale! As night falls, winter's chill, sought the unworthy, through an endless night, they wither and tarry, forsaken frosts, as cold as death, of baleless misery. The pack won't forget us. Freezing gale. Requiem on high. I will take out your heart and savor each bite.
take out your heart and savor its bite. Requiem on high.
Crap.
Killing frost. The air grows colder. Agnar the ruined. Agnar the impaler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Agnar shall slay again. I will take out your heart
There you go.
and savor its bite. Requiem on high. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Desolation. Requiem on high. Freezing gale. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Your pulse quickens. The eternal impure, with bloodlust empowered. Our Ezemir endured, but soon all were devoured. In unending war, death waited at the door. Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured.
Damn. What class I'm doing? Sorcerer or sorceress. Yeah, mostly for a lightning build. I switched to my fire staff because I needed something of level. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna grind a bit more, see if I can get more out of my build here, and hopefully get a Intention for Witch for Necro aspect. I would recommend it. I've heard a lot of good things about the minion build for Witch. I haven't played it myself, so I can't verify. But I can say in PoE 1, my Necromancer build is certainly my favorite that I played out of that game. So I would definitely recommend it. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I gotta get ready for work, and then I'm gonna take a little. I'm also gonna take a little time off stream to probably tomorrow to grind a bit more, try and get more levels in, and then I'll take him on again. But thank you all for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Make sure to leave a like before you guys head out, and I will see you guys hopefully soon. Yeah, see ya. Bye bye.